everyone. Welcome to the Microsoft 365 I Can't Talk roadmap updates. We'll go through and tell you what's going on the roadmap. I'm going to start with one because it's my favorite, and then I'll pass it to Tamara. But this one is in development, and this is coming from Word. And when you're using Copilot, you can reference up to 3 documents right now, but you can't reference a PDF. So if you have a document that's a PDF, you have to save it as a Word, do the conform it and stuff like that, make it into a Word document. It's still helpful, but it's a bunch of extra steps. Well, they have it in development so that you can reference PDFs inside of Word and Copilot. So that's coming soon. I knew that had to have been coming soon, but it is coming soon. There's only the thing that makes me giggle about it is it's listed on the roadmap exactly the same about 4 times.
Yeah,
So
I noticed that.
with different ID numbers. So I'm guessing
Right.
next week we'll get a bunch of canceled items and it will be this item is being replaced and merged with this item. So I thought that was kind of funny, but yeah. So that was the one that I really liked. And we'll see one that's in launch that's a little bit similar, but I'll save that for then. But Tamara, what do you like this week in development?
Sure, Microsoft Teams message result suggestions when typing to search. So you'll now see messages or message result suggestions when formulating a query. You can also narrow down the search results to messages, helping you quickly find team messages content most relevant to you. This is great. I use this all the time to find meetings. I'm glad that they now have this other option. Then the other one that I was interested in was, this is exciting because it's moving into the GCC environment, and that is intelligent meeting recap with AI generated notes and tasks in Teams. So enabling AI generated notes and tasks within the intelligent meeting recap experience for GCC customers, expanding on features with intelligent recap that are already available to GCC customers today. Things like personalized timeline markers, speaker timeline markers, chapters, and topics. So I'll hand it over to Tom so I don't eat all the good ones.
Nibble, nibble, munch. I'm going to take 3 that are also Teams related. One is webinar presenter orderability, which is now a word apparently, on event pages. So users can now customize the list of presenters on the webinar event page via drag and drop functionality. This can be found under presenter bio section of the webinar setup. So I'm just getting into webinar stuff right now, but I think they just kind of appeared in the order that you added them. And you may have the most important person that you added last, and you're like, want to boost them up. Now you're going to be able to do that and actually put it in an order of, starring with supporting roles XYZ. So that'll be nice for those who need to actually have some order based on importance that they want to convey in however they're showing up there. The couple other ones are small, minor ones. Jen would call them delighters. Turn on off notifications for a post. So users are now going to be able to opt in or opt out of receiving notifications for a post in a channel. A lot of times you'll throw something out there. It's like, I don't want to hear everybody make a stupid comment on it. I just want to ignore everybody at this stage of the game. You're going to be able to do that now. That's going to be coming out in July for everybody. Yay. And then the other one was show hide discover feed. So up in the activity pane that you have, you'll see something that says discover. And when you click that, it shows you, hey, here's something from somebody that you interact with, or here's, a channel that you interact with, or whatever. It's kind of useful, maybe not completely useful, but it's great for going out and saying, hey, did I miss anything? Now you're going to be able to have the flexibility to turn off that discover feed because it takes up a little chunk of real estate. And if you never use it, why have it up there? Show me more stuff that I actually am paying attention to. So this is a new toggle from the general settings. You just turn it on, turn it off, and you'll reclaim that space that you have over in the activity feed area.
Awesome. Anything else for you, Tamara?
I'm good.
Cool. Well, into rolling out, there is one that I am so excited about. In fact, can't wait to get off of here, and I'm going to message Lisa and let her know it has moved to rolling out. But that is Meeting Teams Intelligent Recap for transcription only meetings. So that means you can have a transcription turned on, which is often turned on, but recording is not. So there's some situations where you can't use recording. And up until this feature rolls out, if you don't have recording, you don't get meeting recaps. So now it's going to be able to do the meeting recap off of the transcriptions only, so you do not have to have the meetings recorded. So that is a big feature that I know many people will be very excited when that finally rolls to the tenant.
There's a lot of transcription stuff in the rolling out this week.
Yeah, they're also changing like how you can, well, I'll just say it now that you
Go
said
for it.
that. The way you can download it, delete it, and search with it. So they basically, I'm guessing they had to make all of those changes to make transcriptions better so that the AI tool could, you know, do its thing with the meeting recaps. So they're going to be, it's like, there's a whole thing. They're starting all meeting transcripts entry points will point to the OneDrive for business copy only. That way, if it gets deleted or moved. So I don't know if you knew this, but if you had a Teams meeting and you recorded it and then you moved it, it lost the meeting recap and different things like that. So this is updating and fixing a lot of those really weird scenario bugs that you got into.
There's also one other thing. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to say
want to
there's
cut you
one
off.
at the very end too, which is explicit consent for transcription in Teams
Yeah.
meetings. Usually it was like, hey, you're going to be recorded. You need to specify, yes, I agree to this before you're really allowed to do anything in this particular one. Well, now they're saying not only recorded, but transcribed. So anything you say would normally be transcribed. You have to say, yes, I give consent to that. So
And that's only if you turn that feature on. That's
true,
not,
true.
yeah, that's not, because I had somebody like really get worried about that and they were thinking the world was coming to an end. And I was like, that's only, just don't turn on that feature if you
Yeah,
don't
really.
need that feature. So if you need that feature, it's a beautiful, excellent feature. If you don't need that feature, it's probably going to cause some heartache if you turn it on. So just, turn it off or on based on need. But yeah, so that was a good one there. Permissions are changing as well. So I think honestly, the way I view this is it's just the way they work right now. When you get into the nitty gritty of it, quite honestly, you can do a meeting and then nothing's going to happen that's weird or anything like that. But then you do a meeting and you have to move something or do something and you make a change that you wouldn't think would impact something, and then something's impacted. This seems to be fixing and correcting all of those little oddities with the way that they handle.
Chunk.
Yeah, and it behaves the way you'd kind of expect. It looks like it's making way for that. So very welcome changes. I think people who are using Teams Premium for the recaps are going to be very, very happy about that. So that is
Another
now
thing
in
they
roadmap.
added is that meeting organizers can now manage who can record and transcribe meetings. You have to have premium for it, but Microsoft is expanding the existing who can record control for meeting organizers to include transcription.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be good. Because I'll be in the middle of a presentation. It's already been recorded, and some random person starts recording it. I'm like, well, you've missed 15 minutes now. Everything is out of context. So this is good.
I like that. How about you, Tom? What do you like?
So we just discussed a lot of the ones I had flagged. One of the ones that I will mention is organize folders in your sidebar. So I'm sure this is probably Outlook hashtag new Outlook for Windows and probably web also. It doesn't say that, but we just assume that anymore in anything Outlook related. Users can arrange folders in any desired order effortlessly by dragging and dropping the folders in the position that they want. Remember, I'm like, okay, how do I phrase this to where it'll come out alphabetically and show up where I want it to? Now you can just say, and I want it down there now, because it was important before and now I can put it at the bottom of my folder list. I think that'll be really nice for people being able to organize what they're doing in Outlook in folders and not have to do weird squirrely things to get them to appear in some order that makes sense to them. Now they can change their mind as much as they want to. So that's great.
Another one I like is Microsoft Teams file image preview in chats and
Yeah.
channels.
Yeah.
This is nice. This is going to give you the actual like a preview card that's going to show you into the document, which we've seen in other places in Microsoft 365. So this is going to be good. You can see into it. Right now, you get like a logo of whatever application
of
you're in. So
document,
Excel, PowerPoint, something like that. It looks good, but it's not usable. It helps you know that, hey, I shared a document, but it doesn't let you see into the document. So now you're going to be able to see into the document, which will actually save you some clicks and some load time. So I think that's a great delighter that's coming. Tom, Tamara, do you guys have anything else in this one?
I'll mention one more
Okay.
just because I did a Spark 1/1 Minute Office Magic thing on it today, and that is on Outlook. The calendar split view when Surface is set to month view, and hashtag new Outlook for Windows. So what this allows you to do is if you've been using like the web-based version of Outlook and you're using your calendar view, normally, if you're not using the split view, everything appears on a single calendar, which if one of your two calendars are busy, say it's a team calendar and your personal calendar, you're like, which entry was this? Was this from the team? Was this personal? I don't know. Well, now what you can do is click the split view. And what it does is it creates basically two side-by-side calendars on your screen. So now you're not having to look at combined stuff. You can see, oh, here's the stuff that is mine, and here's the stuff that is teams. That's been available for everything except the month view. And now with this particular change, they're also going to say if you're looking at your calendar as a month view, not a week view or a work week view, you'll be able to do that same split routine. So keep that in mind if that's how you like to work. It'll be able to get some of that clutter out of the way, some of the visual mess that you may be looking at, trying to figure out, do I need to pay attention to all the entries that are listed for today? Or can I just look at mine and go, yeah, these are the things I have to pay attention to, but I need to know about the other ones. I can look at them over here on the side.
Yeah.
Great.
Well, cool. I just have one for launched, and this kind of goes back up to the Copilot one, and that's in PowerPoint. You can take a PDF document and create a presentation from a PDF, which is also a very good thing, right? Because the documents that you're going to want, like maybe it's a big report, maybe it's something like that. Those are typically going to come in a PDF format. They're not usually going to give you the editable Word version of that. But now you can take that point to the PDF and go to town. So that's already launched. That's great. That's new and exciting. So I'm happy about that one.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of stole the one like in launched, but is there anything in launched you guys want to chat through?
I'm good.
All of it's geeky stuff that I don't use or I don't understand. So we can just roll right past launched as far as I'm concerned.
Well,
We're missing our
stole
geek.
that.
We're missing our resident geek on this one.
Yep. Yes. Well, cool. Well, then we'll be back next week. Now, last week we didn't do a show because there were how many items? It was a ridiculous amount.
687?
Yeah, like 687 modified items. So it was a cleanup week for last week. So I was very happy to see this back to 50, which is normal.
Normalcy
Usually,
was good.
we're getting to the end of the Microsoft fiscal, so we're going to start to see some of that cleanup happen. Maybe they all had to have the cleanup done by June 1st. But I'm happy to see that was cleaned up and we're back to a reasonable number. May run into some more bumps as we get to the end of June with crazy numbers. That tends to happen, but
well, on this
week, pretty
spreadsheet, they
manageable.
added in 4 more that they can clean up, like a week or two down the road. So, I mean, there is that.
I giggled. Yeah, the Word team is on top of it with that PDF feature. They want to make sure that we know it's in development.
You can use a PDF feature. Oh, did you know you can use a PDF feature? Hey, I'll show you down here. You can use a PDF feature.
Too funny. All right. Well, everybody, we'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.
Bye, everybody.